Look, I get it. The presidency is very sexy to talk about, without question, but unfortunately, this is why you need to know what your local governments are up to. They rely on you being so focused on anything other than them that they feel they have the right to push through any and all legislation and policy and measures that they want. We have this article coming to us from the Detroit Metro Times. Detroit cops arrest police commissioner, protester at raucous public meeting. This is written by Steve Nevling. There's the guy. He's a Willie Burton. It's so crazy. Wow, like Willie's such a black name, ain't it? Willie. Detroit Police Commissioner Willie Burton was yanked out of his seat and arrested during a public meeting Thursday because the chairwoman wanted him to stop talking. Of course she did. Burton was trying to call out the Board of Police Commissioners for holding illegal committee meetings that neither he nor the public were allowed to attend. During one of those closed-door sessions, commissioners quietly hashed out a policy for the city's pervasive and controversial facial recognition system. Man, doing a whole RoboCop thing without RoboCop, huh? But board chairwoman Lisa Carter didn't want to hear it. As 3 police officers dragged Burton to the ground, officers held back protesters, some of whom were wearing masks to show their opposition to facial recognition technology. At least one protester was arrested. "Don't touch me! Get your hands off me!" Burton told police officers who surrounded him. "You do not have permission to touch me!" While in the back of a police car, Burton said he wanted to let my constituents know I'm fighting for them. I don't know why that's that man's voice in my head. Okay, just let's rock. Let's see what they got right here.
Commissioner Burton, for the third time, and I'm going to ask that Commissioner Burton please inform the meeting so that we can have an order. Please remove.
Oh, jeez, come on, man. Seriously.
For the third time, you're out of order, and I'm going to ask that Commissioner Burton please be removed from the meeting so that we can have an orderly meeting.
Who that sitting next to him? Because she kind of alright.
Please remove Commissioner Burton so that we can have we're going to have Assistant Chief, please remove him from the table. If you throw me out of this office and I'm duly elected, this is franchise 100,000 voters that I represent in the 5th district. You must throw us all out. You throw me out, throw us all out. Get your hands off me. Hands off me. Don't touch me. Get your hands off me. You touch me. Get your hands off me. When you silence the commissioner, you're disenfranchising.
Dang, man. That's crazy. Hold on. Let's get back to the article.
Commissioner Burton,
Alright, yeah, we like oh man. That Lisa Carter's voice it's the same. It, like I'm telling you, in every urban community throughout the United States, there are a ton of women in charge, and they all have that same cadence, that same sound to their voice. And I don't think it matters where they are. Like if you can go probably to LA, to Jersey, they all gonna sound the same. That's why Maxine Waters sounds the way she does. That's why my well, they've passed on, my freeholder and my council rep. But deal is that this is insane. And what they did was they did it under the surface. They really tried to just quietly get this pushed in when this is something huge, which, yeah, I would have a problem with facial recognition technology, all right? Primarily because I look like so many different people. You don't know, I don't trust no computer to figure that on out. As Burton was hauled away and protesters were silenced, the board continued its meeting, naturally. The board is expected to approve the city's face scanning system during next week's meeting, despite mounting criticism from the public and plans by Congress to impose a moratorium on the technology. But they're going to push through. They already got paid. Ms. Carter and everybody who's approving this, they already got whatever perk they were going to get from approving this type deal. A day before the meeting, State Rep Isaac Robinson introduced a bill that would ban facial recognition technology for 5 years. The idea is to give lawmakers and experts time to research the technology's flaws and whether it is unconstitutional. I believe it to be such. I mean, I feel like it falls under undue search and seizure. I mean, search, not really seizure because they're not taking anything, but I do believe it falls under undue search. Numerous studies have shown the system is racially biased. Researchers have found that the technology is more likely to produce false matches on people with darker pigment. Legal experts say the technology is invasive and may violate people's Fourth Amendment rights. Despite those concerns, neither Mayor Mike Duggan nor Police Chief James Craig has shown a willingness to study the issue further. In fact, police have used the system for 2 years without the Public Police Commission's approval. Ooh, they should probably get sued for that, even though technically they're broke, but yeah, I'd sue over that. That's ridiculous. Last week, Craig told reporters he's aware the system is not perfect. There is a chance you may arrest the wrong person. Yes, the chief said. Then don't do it. Burton, who wrote an op-ed for the Metro Times to explain his opposition to the technology, tells us his arrest was an affront to democracy. This is dangerous, Burton. I can't help it. I just want to hit. I heard him speak. He does not speak this way, but the name Willie this is dangerous, Burton says. The city of Detroit is a dangerous place to be right now. Whenever community activists and elected officials get arrested during a public meeting. Okay, so that's the end of the story. But, this is what happens when you do not keep a very vigilant eye on your local elected officials. They will just push through policy and legislative measures that really only serve to pat the pockets and further pat the pockets of the already fat and rich, and further the political aspirations of their leadership, while dismantling and doing away with the rights of its citizens. So this is a terrible, terrible situation, because this has already been in place for 2 years, and they're admitting that it doesn't get it right. So hopefully the moratorium comes and they could put a kibosh on all of this, because the people of Detroit deserve better, and they've deserved better for a very long time. I feel so awful for people who have to come up. I mean, and trust me, it happened. It's all over the country. It's these types of measures, this type of political monopolization has happened across the entire United States. And so these democratically run areas, such as Detroit, have generations of people who have brought into this mindset that, particularly after they get elected, that they are above the average and regular citizen, and by all technical means they are. I was in a conversation with a freeholder recently, and I was like, look, if you get killed in the street, there's going to be an investigation. If I get killed in the street, I'm just another dead nigga. So it is what it is, right? So let's not pretend as if, we're somehow the same. We are not. When these folks get their elected positions, they get elevated. It's like that scene in Django Unchained where they roll up to Don Johnson's ranch, and he was like, yeah, you got to treat him better than a slave. She's like, how am I supposed to treat him then? Am I supposed to treat him like he white? Well, no, you don't treat him like he white. That retarded boy, Jimmy, yeah, treat him like Jimmy. So... And that's what happened with urban elected officials. They're just being treated like Jimmy, the mentally deficient boy from the corner store. But they like to pretend as if, oh my goodness, we are so in tune with the struggles of the average folks, and they're the ones that have been really ushering in the gentrification and been basically bending the knee to a lot of the laws and legislation measures and policy measures that have destroyed these communities, that have made facial recognition something they feel is a necessity. You burn down the building and then want to collect the insurance on it as well. It's a little nuts, I mean, and by you burn down the building, I mean you literally arson the place and just to collect the insurance. That's what's happened in urban America. But that's the end of this video. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. I ain't scared. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to catch more videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Are you okay with facial recognition technology? Is it something that you want in your community? Or are you in line with me where, yeah, this isn't cool? How about fixing the environments instead of just adding more means in which to usher people into the police state? How about we try to do away with the police state? Let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next one.